Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. My name's Nick McNulty. I'm the Managing Director at Blue Whale EV. Really excited today to talk about a grant that just came out in Maryland that will help fund electric vehicle charging station projects. For those of you who don't know, there's a lot that goes into these projects, and sometimes the funding is the biggest question mark that you have towards the end of it. I'm going to pass it over to you.
Thanks, Nick. I'm Anna Stern. I'm a program manager here at the Maryland Energy Administration, also known as MEA, on the Clean Transportation Program.
Well, why don't we get started by you telling us a little bit about the program?
So we have two areas of interest. The first is specifically for local governments to help offset costs for planning for EV infrastructure. The second area of interest, which is the main thing we're going to focus on, is for the actual EV chargers themselves.
All right, so AOI 1 is for local governments. AOI 2, which is what we're really here to talk about today, is for everyone. Why don't you tell us more who qualifies? What does that encompass?
So we tried to keep it open and broad so that a lot of different entities are eligible. So you could be a for-profit business, a nonprofit, school, local higher education campus. We're really trying to fill the gaps where some of the federal funding does not. So think where you live, work, and play, and we want to get chargers in the ground where people spend their time in Maryland. Single-family homes don't qualify, as we're trying to get the community aspect, but if you're a multifamily property with 5 units or more, you would also qualify for this program.
What about the funding itself? What chargers are covered, and is there a cap for how much I can qualify for?
The program covers level 2 and level 3 DC fast chargers, and the incentives range from $5,600 to $150,000 per port, depending on the ownership structure of the project, as well as the power level that each port is able to dispense. There is a cap for most organizations who are proposing multiple project sites of up to $750,000, for municipalities as well as local schools up to $1 million.
Okay, so what about like the heavier technical requirements that people are always worried about? You know, the heavy lifting, the construction, is that covered?
So we really tried to keep the program flexible and open. A lot of the costs that are required to prepare the site for the actual charger itself, we cover that. And in terms of technical requirements, we have a few, just that the equipment is outdoor rated, as well as if the charger is networked, it needs to have modern software. It also needs to have multiple payment options. So it's just that it can't be app only. So you need to have multiple options, say, tap to pay or pay by credit card.
Well, it's awesome to learn how much this grant covers and who can apply for it, but what makes them stand out? If I want to apply for this, how am I going to stand out compared to everybody else?
Yeah, so impact is key, and communicating that throughout your application, making sure the narrative matches what you're telling us the equipment is going to be is key. And then also some priority sites that we're looking for include locations in overburdened communities, as well as sites that are over 50 miles from a current publicly accessible station.
So consistency is key, having a good narrative, and being located in areas, ideally, that don't traditionally have EV charging stations.
Correct, yeah.
Got it. Well, I know one of the big things that EV drivers run into today is that charging stations that they pull up to are not up and running. So how is the grant set up to help ensure that these stations will remain up and running?
So we're trying to tackle that by mirroring the federal guidelines with the NEVI program. So requiring a 97% uptime, as well as a 5-year warranty on the equipment itself. Another element that we're incorporating is making sure that whoever owns the EV charging station has a number that customers can clearly see and call if the station is out of commission for any reason.
That's great. I know that brings peace of mind for an EV driver. So, Anna, this has been awesome. Thank you for spending so much time with us today to go over this. For those who want to apply, what is the deadline?
The deadline is February 25th at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Okay, and if I needed to learn a little bit more, where could I go to get some more advice or learn a bit more about this? What are my resources?
So I'd encourage folks to check out the actual program page on our website, which has all of the documents that you need to submit. So it includes a budget table template. It includes a webinar with more information about the program in longer format. It includes some how-to guides of actually how to fill out the application in Jot form.
All right, well, thank you so much, Anna. This has been amazing to learn more about the MEA grant today. Again, my name is Nick McNulty. I'm with Blue Whale EV. With me today, I've had
Anna Stern at the Maryland Energy Administration.
And for those of you who still have some remaining questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to Anna. Thanks, Anna.
Thanks, Nick.
Well, thank you for joining us today to learn about this great program that MEA has put out in the state of Maryland. As a reminder, the deadline is February 25th. That's right around the corner. Blue Whale's got a proven track record with MEA-funded projects. Whether you need help with the project narrative, coming up with a site design plan, or even trying to put together a budget for what this project might cost, you can reach out to us at requests@bluewhaleev.com, and we can help you get your application in before the deadline on February 25th.